Hello everyone, it's Enigma here, and we only have 7 days left until Nintendo's E3 Direct, where they'll announce everything that has been on our minds, and then we can finally end a lot of the speculation that has been circulating for the past year or so. And I can't wait, it's been such a wild ride. But today's video, I kind of want to talk about, the Nintendo Switch Online again. Now you guys should know, if you guys watched my channel for a long time, that I absolutely loathe the Switch Online. I think it needs a lot of improvements, and I think this is one of the worst online features that Nintendo has had to date, and the sad part that this is actually paid makes it even worse. Obviously there's ways to improve it, and one of those ways to improve it is bring more games to the system from other consoles, because the only thing they really have that is even close to Virtual Console is NES. However, NES games aren't really, I don't feel like they're necessarily worth wanting to get the online, especially since there's 1,000,001 ways to play NES games online. And while you could say that the same could apply for SNES, I feel like there's a lot more, anticipating SNES games. Like, NES games, they're kind of boring. They're not really as fun to play as SNES games. SNES games, there's a lot of anticipation for those games, and a lot of people really want those games to come to the service. Personally, I believe that, SNES games will come to the service. I also think that down the line, we should eventually get other, consoles coming to the system, like N64, GBA, the DS, the GameCube, maybe even the Wii, who knows? There's just a 1,000,001 possibilities for, and this, I feel like this probably is their replacement for Virtual Console, is that, they'll have, software on its own where you can have SNES and 64, all of that. But the question is, when? I think SNES games are coming, though, because it was recently, well, not recently, it actually has been data mined a while ago, but yes, it has been data mined quite a while ago, so it leads me to believe that, yeah, SNES games are for sure to come, but when would they come? There's a lot of times, even last year, I thought it was almost a given that, we would have the Switch Online show to us at E3, and then they would announce something like SNES games coming to the service on, a September Direct. We didn't get that. So then I was, waiting for the February Direct. I was like, okay, this is where we're going to get SNES games. We didn't get that. So a lot of times I've predicted SNES games coming to the service every time I've gotten wrong. And it's weird because that stuff has been data mined, meaning it's gotta come eventually. But the question is, when? And that's what I kind of want to answer today. Basically, there's been the data mine, obviously. But I think SNES games will be shown off at E3. I feel like this is a kind of E3 reveal, and I think, a lot of people really want this to happen, so I think Nintendo might be saving this, this type of announcement for E3, so a lot of people can get hyped, and it can actually be a reason for people to want to get the online. The reason why they need SNES games is because the Switch Online is just not doing good right now, and it definitely needs, more of, more of a boost, I guess you can say, to, make it a better, online service. Obviously, there's lag. Obviously, the Switch Online needs other stuff like dedicated servers, but one step in the right direction is bringing some sort of Virtual Console to the system. It's kind of boring to play NES games, like I've already said. They really need SNES games on the Switch. It just needs to happen. It's not necessarily, I want SNES games, but it's more so that they need it, more so that I actually want it, because the Switch Online is failing right now, and one way they could do that is by bringing in, other systems to get represented in the Switch Online service, and obviously the next most likely one is SNES games, considering the fact it was data mined. I think this is the time. I think it's a nice E3 reveal. It's something to separate it from the other games. It's just something that, you know, people are gonna be hyped no matter what. And I just feel like it's gotta come, because Nintendo really needs to fix their online, and I think Nintendo might be aware that their online needs improvements, and I feel like they might be listening to us. I feel like they might want to, you know, put these games on the Switch with the online service. It just makes a whole lot of sense, and it's definitely gonna happen, and I think it will be shown off at E3 this year. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think we're going to be getting SNES games at E3? And if so, what SNES games do you really want to see the most on the system? Let me know in the comments down below, and I would love to hear it. Anyways, this has been Enigma, and peace. See you next time.